It's interesting, I arrived in this place on a Friday night, and the breakfast here on Saturday morning yesterday was really busy. And then I noticed last night, Saturday, was quieter. No. Hang on, I got this wrong. No, I arrived on Saturday night and it was busy. That's right, sorry, I arrived on Saturday, it was busy. And then Sunday night, last night, was a lot quieter. Monday morning, this morning, there's hardly anyone here, so I've heard in Taiwan, I guess it's the same in a lot of places. Weekends get really busy, like Fridays and Saturdays, and the prices can go up, and then during the week it's better. So I've kind of worked things out, so I'm going to be in kind of quieter places on the weekends and busier places during the week. At least I hope that's how it's going to work. So this is breakfast. You got black tea with sugar, black tea no sugar, hot coffee, chocolate spread, coconut or peanut butter, bread for toasting, melon and a tiny bit of salad dressing, sticky rice, tea eggs. Okay, so this place I got dinner from last night is open early today. Didn't open till the afternoon on the weekend, and it closed quite early, especially last night. Today's a Monday, so they're open from the morning, I guess. Just booked my next hotel in Kaohsiung for 3 nights. It's pretty cheap. I think it was like £13 a night. I don't think I'm going to get much for that, but it's right in the middle of the town that I want to go to, so can't complain about that. Right, I think I'm going to head down to the harbour soon. Right, I'm going to go across the road and get chicken dish that I couldn't get last night. Well, I ordered the wrong dish. I got the first dish I got was right, but the second one I wanted kung pao chicken. I got spare ribs or something. So I'm going to take a picture and show the server exactly what I actually want. So I'm going to have I had that last night. I'm going to have either that or that. And they gave me a weird one. It was one of these, that rib thing at the back. You get 3 choices of these, and then on a bed of rice, and then you get one of these. Yeah, so breakfast here is not great, so I've just got food from over there. It's like sweet and sour chicken, and I've had 3 different types of greens on it, and some rice. I'm going to do a bit of research. I've got this really good book I found downstairs. I've used this series before for different countries, but it's really good because it's got loads of pictures and maps and information. And yeah, tomorrow I've got my hotel booked for 3 nights now in Kaohsiung National Park, right in Kaohsiung City, I was going to say a few hundred meters from the beach, but I think it's like literally 200 meters from the beach, and then you can go up into the mountains behind where the national park is. I think you can rent motorbikes and scooters and all sorts, so it should be really good. I'm going to go out this afternoon down that way to the harbour, just have a bit of food. I did a little jog this morning, but didn't get very far. Yeah, that's just like English style sweet and sour chicken, which is really good. It's actually quite hard to find in mainland China because they don't really eat this. It's more of a Western economy. But Oh, it's good. Couldn't resist. All I had from the buffet was a bit of toast this morning and some watermelon, because I don't like the tea eggs. I don't really like their steamed buns, so this is a bit of veg as well, which is good. Right, yeah, that's like cabbage and greens. This is seaweed. I really like seaweed. Don't often get to have it. So this is where I'm headed tomorrow, Kenting National Park. Call it Kending or Kenting. Spell it two different ways. But maybe Kending's the province. I'm currently here in Kaohsiung. I'm taking a bus tomorrow down to Kenting town, which is it's there in the middle of the national park. The beach, and then the national park's kind of behind it, and then I'm going to be going up this way. Yeah, it's a pretty quiet place, which is what I want. Cool. So this was pretty much a great choice of first hotel, for the fact that it's got this space. It's absolutely wonderful. I paid crazy money for this place, like it was so cheap. And you've got so many, I mean, central stations there. You've got loads of food options around you. You've got a 7-Eleven right there. The only thing is the Wi-Fi doesn't really work here. Apart from that, the girl on reception just printed out my document. Last time I was in Taiwan, the hotel I stayed at, when I wanted to print a document, they were like, yeah, we haven't got a printer, you'll have to go to 7-Eleven. So they can print stuff off in 7-Eleven, but you need someone to show you how to do it. There's a machine that's a little bit complicated. You can just plug your like USBs in or whatever. Yeah. But I'm going to head out now. I love mornings like this. I'd love to have an apartment like this. This would be enough space for me. Yeah, like an apartment with this view. But then sometimes I like the countryside. I'm a bit of a fussy bugger. I wish books been really good, giving me like information on what to see and do. But there's no way you can do all of it. That's where we're going tomorrow. Tainan. Yeah, there's no way you can do it all. It's just way too much. Lovely. So yeah, it's midday now. I'm going to kind of cut across down there and then cut across to the river, which is called Love River. I in Chinese means love. It's called Love River. Apparently it's really popular at night with people. Obviously I'm going in the daytime, so I walk a bit down Love River and then that brings you out to the harbour, and then I walk a little bit along the harbour. Apparently all the museums are closed on a Monday. I was going to go to the Museum of Kaohsiung history, which is just it's on the river, it's on the Love River, but yeah, it's not open till tomorrow and I'm leaving tomorrow, so I have to skip that one, but I'm sure I'll find plenty of stuff to look at. Apparently there's an art exhibition underground at the Formosa railway station down there. If you look up, it's there's this big glass display I've been told I must go and see. Yeah, so all these rooms are pretty much the same. Well, I think mine's might be one of the smallest. But they're all like, they're mini rooms basically. I don't remember there being a difference in price. I don't know if these ones were a little bit more, because they're a little bit bigger, but not much. There's still no wardrobe or anything. It's a very nice building this is located in. I mean, there's a seating area down here, but the one up there on the second floor is really nice. I've not seen anyone really use the bar here. It's like 200 NTD for a beer, so that's like about £4 beer, which isn't crazy, but you can get a big can of Taiwanese beer at the 7 over there for about, I think they're 40 NTD. Right, we're on a mystery tour. There's a really nice looking coffee shop there. It's going upstairs as well. You can get like a bagel and coffee for like £2 there. Might come back and try that later. What's it called? Coffee Time. That looks really good. But I just ate. Yeah, so this is the station under here. We're going to kind of head out to the river and then cut back to that kind of where that tallest building in the city is. And yeah, just gonna have a nice chilled out little day before we go to Kenting tomorrow. This is quite a nice new apartment block, but from what I can gather, anything like that will cost an absolute fortune, like with a nice balcony and a decent size. You are looking at a lot. $1 million more. You know what, I'm going to check later actually. No. There's always little stores selling like cheap snacks. That's like breakfast. I think they got it ready prepared there in bags. Wherever they've cooked up. Ooh, donuts. I'm gonna have an egg tart or something later. This is nice. I'm giving the Japanese a bit of a run for their money with their biscuit making skills. Really nice shop. And cake. Wow. Yeah, I'm enjoying being away from the chaos of Vietnam. I love Vietnam, but that chaos in Hanoi anyway, I was ready for a break from that. And Thailand, I love Thailand sometimes, but the lack of development there can sometimes grind on me a bit. It's taking time for me to get used to Taiwan, but that's the whole point of spending a few weeks here now, to get used to how it works and how the people are. So it's like lunchtime and they're queuing up to eat in this Japanese place. They're signing their name on the paper there to see who goes next. Man, I hate eating like that under any kind of time pressure. And then next door you got a mechanic. Can't beat a good mechanic. See, this is where I'd come and eat. Chilled out, there's plenty of room. Food looks banging. It does look good actually. A bit of a pick and mix, I think. So I'm playing the game of walk under the covered walkways to keep cool. It's quite interesting, there's loads of little restaurants down these little alleys. I'm getting a feel for what the food is. It's very reasonably priced, to be honest. The river's about half a mile that way. It's going to go down, and when I find some shade I'll cut that way. One thing about Taiwanese cuisine, there's like a million different dishes. Like a million different dishes. It's like, plus all the national food they've got here as well. It's bloody epic. If you're a foodie, you'll like it here. So right now I'm feeling it was 100% the right decision to spend a couple of weeks in Vietnam and then to come back to Taiwan. The other option basically would have been going back to the UK right now. I feel like I've got to try and make this work, because I'm someone that needs a challenge. And the question I asked myself was, what would be the most challenging thing to do right now? And the answer came back: go back to Taiwan. So, challenge accepted. Yeah, the food choices are, wow, epic. There's your kitchen. A lot of food. Sushi over there. It's a brilliant way to eat out on the street like that. Got pigeon coop up there. Mike Tyson would approve, he loves his pigeons. Interesting, they got a branch of Bangkok Bank there. Well, they haven't got the traditional logo on the building. Must be the banking area. A nice view from up there. So I'm going to call something weird, right? They're very short on space in Taiwan. There's a car park. Now, why isn't that a multi-storey car park utilising the space? Is it because the developer's getting ready to sell it on and for higher level condos or something? Must be. That's the only reason I can think this is like a temporary thing until you can sell the land for big money. But I don't see like multi-storey car parks here very often, so it strikes me as a bit odd. So that was once the tallest building in the whole of Taiwan. Now it's the bamboo tower, the 101 in Taipei, which I'll go and see in a couple of weeks' time. But impressive nonetheless. This looks a bit like an English style pub. It's not a pub though, is it? No, it's a bubble tea shop. Bubble tea! They love their bloody bubble tea. Donuts and coffee, that sounds like a good idea. So Kaohsiung's got some quite impressive buildings. I mean, that's a hotel. And that'll be another hotel, and then the tallest buildings behind it. But these boulevards, massive ones, are everywhere. I like to find the little ones in between and walk down those. Get more shade, and there's more interesting little businesses on those alleys. Just coming down to the Love River down here, the I Heard. So this is like a massive 7-Eleven you enter through there. It takes you right across to the other street on the other side of the block. We've got a big seating area for you to have your food. That's good. So they've got all the meals here. Same as they do in other Asian countries, difference being you warm them up yourself. Oh, we should have an egg muffin. Yeah, you warm it up yourself instead of them doing it for you. What is this? This looks good. Sausage, egg and cheese burger, but it's a muffin. Ham, egg and cheeseburger. That's a really nice 7-Eleven. So we're now at the Love River, where we went yesterday. See that mountain over there, so it's kind of about 1.5 miles that way. Today I'm going to explore down this side of the city. I'm not following the Love River, I don't think, because it's peak sunshine at the moment and it's too bloody hot. But there should be some shade when we get around to the harbour. I think the sun's on that side. There's so many cute little places to eat. Oh, that's a bar. Bloody hell, I found a bar. Beer is the reason I get up every afternoon. Do not fight. If you win, you will go to court. If you lose, you will go to hospital. So that's the closest thing I've seen to a pub so far. Rockers DJ bar. Enjoy food and music. Yeah. There's a sign saying don't fight. It says if you win, you go to jail. If you lose, you go to hospital. No fighting. Very nice, chilled out little tea house. Yeah, you've got that feeling here that you're close to the sea. You can smell it in the air once you get close enough as well, which is beautiful. And which way do I want to go? I'm going to wait and go this way. What's this? Oh, nice looking cafe. So the theme of this cafe, which looks very clean, is balloons. All the kids inside have got balloons. And I have got 46 seconds to get across the road before I get another red light. Oh, this is a really nice walk. I'm going to do what I did last time. Walk and then take the probably the underground back. That's the tram coming along there. The tram line runs along the harbour, the Love River. But yeah, I'm going to head into town and probably get the thingy back. Might have a coffee and a custard tart. We're slowly getting used to Taiwan. There's a beautiful breeze running through the city. The receptionist at my hotel was telling me a couple of days ago, the one that's from Hsinchu up north, the city where I was last year, he said the wind there in winter is insane. He said you would not believe the wind in winter. I'm not a fan of wind. A nice cool breeze, yes. Full on wind, no. Yeah, this city is just massive. I did notice at the opposite the train station this morning, I did a little bit of a morning jog, didn't get very far, but I noticed that there's a scooter rental place opposite the station, which is apparently common in bigger cities and tourist cities in Taiwan. You can rent motorbikes near the station, though not the case in some cities like the one I was in last year. Got a very cute little dog here, having a nap. Across the road we have a beautiful arch temple, and there's another temple there. We're headed towards the harbour this way in search for coffee and an egg tart, and that'll be mission accomplished. Yeah, I've had to adjust my route due to heat conditions and needing to be in the shade, but we're almost at the tallest building in the city. You used to be able to go up, but it's closed apparently. Don't know why it's closed. It's closed. So this building is an absolute bloody monster. Look at the size of that thing. I'm going to go in there and ask if there's anywhere else where I can go up and get like a good view over the sea. That is, I guess it stands out more because there's not many buildings anything like that. Yeah, but bloody hell, big building. That's right, this is the entrance to the really big tower, and I was just about to go in and ask if I could get a view from somewhere, and it's closed on this side. Does that mean the whole building's closed? Surely not. Okay, so this is the entrance, this is where we are. We're at the entrance to this building. But I don't know if this is a hotel or apartments, or I have no idea. So right now we are here. And that map doesn't mean a lot to me. That's where we were yesterday. I thought about going over there, but I don't think I can be bothered. I think I'm just going to go around this area. Yeah, that's where my hotel is. So I basically walked down there and kind of went that way and that way and that way and that way, and then came to here. So I think this is an estate agent for this tower. These are like the rooms that are available. But it looks really old and dated, so it must be a really old building now. That's the price, but I don't know what 638 is that. Million, billion. I'll have to check it later. Right, I just spoke to a really nice, smiley, older receptionist in there who's been working here for 10 years. She said the observation deck on the 85th floor has been closed for 7 years due to bad management, and she said it's all offices, there's no apartments here. She said from the 37th to the 85th floor it's completely vacant, there's no occupancy whatsoever. So I don't know what happened there. Maybe it was one of those buildings, you know, a flagship, they built it and it was never fully occupied. But Jesus Christ, that is a lot of empty space. From the 37th to the 85th floor, empty. That's insane. Yeah, look at that. Absolute monster building, and it's almost completely empty. All the shops downstairs are empty. And here we have Lingla Bar. A lady floating in a glass and a blacked out door. What's going on in there? So it looks like this used to be quite a well-to-do shopping centre as well, but there's a laundry there, there's a laundry here, self-service. And a lot of these shops look like they're empty. She's selling sweet corn. Interesting. Yeah, I think half the mission in Taiwan would just be to stay out of the heat as much as possible, because it is just absolutely bloody boiling. Oh. Makes you want to move to like Hokkaido in northern Japan, live in snow for 6 months a year. Nice little communities. I think most of this stuff was open in the morning. Right, for anyone who needs a pie, European pie shop, international homemade cooking. There you go. All you pie eaters, you're going to be fine. Yeah, this is a really non-aggressive country. They are super passive people here, like super passive. The guys in Thailand and Vietnam, they're pretty tough, man. You wouldn't want to mess with those guys, but these guys, yeah, there'll be exceptions, obviously, but they're very soft. They're brought up. They seem to be brought up that way. But I mean, it's nice in the sense there's no sense of aggression on the streets. You know what it's like if you're in a UK city these days or an American city. I don't know if Taipei will be any different. I feel it won't be. Wow, that is a massive school. Yeah, I think teaching here would be hard work. Teaching English or any subject, to be honest, because Billings Key schools, because they're so shy and placid, these guys, that getting in to engage would be hard work. My friend that's living in Thailand is teaching online, and he's got quite a few Taiwanese students, and he said some of them are just terrible, like getting them to talk, getting a conversation going. He said it's like pulling teeth. I can totally get that. They're quite closed. So there's another angle on the 85 tower. It's almost completely empty. We're headed back this way, but I'm just going to go a block over because this street's not very interesting. Well, that is like a giant pachinko parlour where they put the metal balls in, but I mean giant. and it's full of adults doing it. Difference between Japan and here, all men by the look of it as well. I think in Japan a lot of them you still smoke inside, just like have to come outside. It's really weird. So in this culture, Taiwanese, especially the older generation, they're super heavy smokers. They obviously like doing things like pachinko, and they're not drinkers. Like, there's no like drinking culture. So I've never seen people smoke cigarettes like this, or maybe in Vietnam, but they put it in their lips and then they just walk around with it, chugging on it. Whatever they're doing, they're at work, they're working on like a mechanic, and they're doing whatever they're doing, and they just literally chug the cigarette until it's finished without like taking it out of their mouth. It's like, yeah, so from spending a couple of days here, I don't think this is a place I could ever live. Not my climbing place, very hot. It's okay, but yeah, nothing special. One interesting thing about it in Taiwan is the majority of foreigners all live in the capital city of Taipei. So I hear that things in Taipei are very different to the rest of Taiwan. So I'll be interested when I get up there to see what that feels like. Yeah, I don't think these guys know how to really let go and enjoy themselves. I think they have like this very kind of calculated form of fun. Prove me wrong. Yes, if you like big wide open streets with big blocky buildings everywhere, Taiwan is the place for you. Finding any kind of bar or evening entertainment would be like finding a needle in a haystack. I think I checked last night, like I think I checked nightclubs, not that I'd go to one, but there's like 3 nightclubs in the whole city, and they don't look like what we consider to be a nightclub. Bars and pubs. Yeah, I put in a search for bars, and all it kept bringing up was restaurants. Like, yeah. So this is coming up to what they call Central Park. It's not huge. It's I came here on my first night for a second. Yeah. So they have got these insane like underground systems, like that's the underground. All these plants, a little waterfall in the middle of the park, and that's one of the main lines that goes through the city. Looks a little bit over the top to me, to be honest. Very nice though. Yeah, their underground stations are massive. Right, there's an entrance there, then there's a massive entrance there. So all the way under here will be this massive underground station with probably got restaurants and shops and all sorts of things down there. Maybe they go down there to escape the sun. There's a lady there burning something in that pot. Middle of the day on a Monday, no idea why. Like, some people might find stuff like that interesting, but maybe I used to find that stuff interesting, but not anymore. Yeah, parking in Taiwan is pretty tight. If you're used to being in a country where it's easy to fly around and park your motorbike anywhere, then this is not the one. Probably want to get a crappy old bike because it's going to get scratched up fast, very hard. Look at all these bikes, all scratched up because they're just parked so close together all the time. Right, back to where I started my walk this morning. Well, not this morning, midday-ish. Trying to decide whether to go to McDonald's for a green tea or go and try the fancy coffee shop over here. It's quite a good map, colour coded. So we're here, we're going here, and around here. So I just went and had a look in that cafe, but the woman looked frightened to death of me, and oh god, they were doing like sandwiches and stuff, but the menu was only in Chinese, and she didn't make any effort to greet me or say there was an English menu. So I think she'd prefer not to just not deal with me. I'll go to McDonald's and get a green tea. That's my hotel where I'm just doing a 2-minute wait for a green light. Oh, I just hit a red light. There we go. Finally. That's pretty impressive. That's the train station. And we're off to McDonald's for green tea. So this McDonald's is pretty quiet. The one I went to in Hsinchu last year was constantly rammed with people, but this is quite sedate. Yeah, so the iced green tea in McDonald's in Taiwan is one of the best things I've found to have here. You can get a view and have an iced tea. That's the central station there. And tomorrow I've got to get a train from there, about 5 stops to the north, and then I'll pick up a bus to the next place, Kaohsiung. Yeah. It's funny being in a city like this with just... It's just so different from anything that I'm used to. It's just so quiet. So quiet. Here in Hsinchu last year when I went to McDonald's, I'm pretty sure they had a few plug sockets so you could plug in your computers and things, but they've purposely not done that here. It's just an eat and go spot. It's very hot. It's like 29-30 degrees. Right, I think it's about time for me to get back to work. Can't believe how quiet this McDonald's is, given that's like the central station. Yeah, the only kind of bars they seem to have in the city is always like fancy cocktail bars. Like, yeah, there's no such thing, from what I can see, there's no such thing as like a pub like we have in the UK. Same as the city I was in last year. It just means at night, basically, you can go and grab a bite to eat. I mean, if you want to go to one of these fancy cocktail bars, you're going to pay a fortune. Right? And who wants to go to a fancy cocktail bar on their own? Like, yeah. It's kind of coming up to rush hour. The kids going home. I exercised in a school this morning before the kids got there. It was like a playing field with pull-up bars and things, just to the left. And in fact, no, it's just there. They're coming out of it. I got there about, what time did I get there? 7 AM. There's nobody there. A few people started turning up just as I was leaving. With a few older people exercising because there's a running track in there as well. That's it. Finish school, come and get your McDonald's. reusable plastic cups. If you're eating in, it's all reusables. Got busy, all the boys finished school. Seems like only boys come to McDonald's. Don't know where the girls go. Yeah, I think these are the most placid people I've ever been around in my life. Like, I feel like I do not belong or fit in here at all. I'm going to ask about bike rent. Actually, am I going to bother? I think it's about 13 quid a day to rent a bike. Yeah, so that's the station there. That's the bike rental place there. So she's got bikes starting from 500 a day, which is about £10. But the bike she's recommending for like a big trip is a lot more, about 1,200. So yeah, it's like 25 quid a day. It's not a cheap thing to do, to come here and rent a bike. You need your international driving license, and it's got to have a stamp next to the A on your international driving license, she said. Plus you need your passport and your normal driving license. But it seems like I think it's a 24-hour shop, and it'd be very easy, I think, to go and rent a bike there. And I didn't get around to asking, but I've got a feeling you'd probably have to leave a deposit as well. Yeah. And I think she said, like, if you want to go down to Kenting, you can do that, but I don't think they'd want to rent it out for you to do the entire island. Back in the day, it used to be a bit like Vietnam. I know people used to come over here and buy like a cheap second-hand bike and ride it around the island and then dump it, pretty much. Don't know if they still do that. I haven't really looked into it. Oh, like, it's very cute around here. Like, this is a little street just down from my hotel, which is just there. We've got all these little snacky places, and I just checked on the map. I wasn't even checking. I just zoomed in on the map, and all of a sudden, all these cram schools popped up. So apparently, like, this is an area where they do cram schools. Which is like a school after school where the kids have to come and do extra study, which is, I guess, what that is. Apparently there's quite a good boxing gym down here, or a bit further down that way maybe. Pasta. Yeah, that pasta looks really good. I can only smell fish. What have we got here? Mussels, is it? Shrine. Yeah, it is quite atmospheric. Look how old a lot of the buildings are. That's the kind of building. One of the buildings that I got shown last year was in that kind of condition, and the room inside wasn't much better than the outside. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, you do get more modern places like that, but they're pretty bloody expensive. In fact, that's a hotel. A lot of the apartments are quite old and crappy. So the pasta place here, which looks like quite a posh, like, pasta place, they do drinks as well. The kids are in there. They're in McDonald's just there, and they're in there. I don't know if they're just having drinks or if they're having food as well. If you're a richer kid, you get to do what you like, right? Graphic design. Yeah, so yeah, I just crappy apartment. Yeah, I just checked. I was looking at the map of this area online, and all of a sudden, like, it just said in English. It said cram school, cram school, cram school. It's like, it's good. It's funny. This place just does not turn me on at all. I've been here since Friday, it's Monday today, and I feel incredibly bored. Yeah, there's a gym here called Punch Power, which has got really good reviews online. I think it's open from 9 till 9. I feel like I haven't got any punch power tonight. Yeah, that's like a cram school for English. Funny, yeah, they've got all these cram schools all over Taiwan for all different subjects, including English, but even though they do all this extra study, most of them have got really crap English. And a lot of them are big on wearing face masks, which is one of my no-nos. But you see, you've got this stretch of water here, there's no benches to sit down on at all. It's like very few places where you can sit down outside. Crossing the street's quite interesting. Yeah, I just pretty sure we ain't gonna be living in Taiwan. Giving it a second chance. Been here just not even about 2 days, and I'm not feeling it. Come out here for food because it's just simple. Can't be arsed messing around. Pretty good as well. Yeah, I've got to get back to doing something. I'm incredibly bored. Just bought a lot of food, but I'm hungry. I better be hungry. This fried chicken on rice with the veg is bloody good for a couple of quid. Massive piece of chicken.